Hi, Professor Breckeisen here, and these are your instructions for your Editing 1 PSA project. So this is the first of our projects in this class, and it's a real fun one. Navigate into the Brightspace page, go to the assignment here, and you'll see that underneath, you don't see the video right now that you're watching, but underneath the video, there's a couple of links here. So I had this uploaded to both Google Drive and Dropbox just in case one of them failed. So you don't have to download both, they're both the same. So just choose one, and if the top one doesn't work, then choose the bottom one for you. This script does not have, or this project does not have a script, so you're going to have to watch the footage. Some of it's, you know, the naming conventions are sometimes confusing, but I want you to go through this project. So let's talk a little bit about what you are going to, what you want to do with this project. First of all, the total length is going to be between 45 and 90 seconds. Now that's a pretty big discrepancy. I really want to give you some latitude to make it as short or as long as you feel is possible, but not too short and not too long. So stay around that 45 to 90 minutes, or 90 second time frame. There's not a whole lot of material there to really drag out. We want to keep the attention. But this week what we talked about in class is we talked about parallel editing, and this is a good opportunity now for you to find that. We've also been talking about story and how story works. And remember, there's a couple of questions that we have when we're editing. We have the question of either what's going to happen or what's happening. And that's just inherent inside of a film. Any scene that we watch, we're either going to ask what's happening or what is going to happen, and then some kind of permutation of those two questions. So think about that as you're doing this as well. The last one and the most challenging thing I want you to find in here is who is your main character. Okay, you're going to notice here that there's potentially one, maybe two that you can call a main character. There's a whole host of characters actually, but who is the main character? Can you give me that person? And when you have that, I want you to reflect back into production 1 and remember the suspense sequences and the ABCs and the 5-shot sequences, and tell me that one person's story. You're going to feel like you need to give equal weight, equal shots to everybody because there's enough coverage for that. There's wide shots, there's inserts, there's over the shoulders, there's close-ups of a whole lot going on, and it's pretty equally distributed in the coverage. But that doesn't mean that you have to use it equally. What you need to do is craft a story, and a story is a person going through this situation. So I need you to identify who the main character is, and remembering those techniques that we used in production 1, start to now build this story as we go through. So in the instructions, after you've downloaded the material, make sure you have all the material. Length should be between 45 and 90 seconds-ish. I'm not a real big stickler on that, but if you start getting into the 2-minute range or the 30-second range, then you're wrong. But kind of stick around there is a guidepost. Again, clear main character and story, parallel editing being used, and sound must be edited to industry standards to the best of your ability. Some of you have not had sound class yet, some of you had. So that's on there, yes, but I'm not going to really take it too much into consideration. However, you will be putting this on your reel at the end of the semester, so please take care of the audio to the best of your ability. So here's the delivery schedule right here. We're going to start this week. You're going to begin your final draft next week, and then on our first class during week 4, this will be due, and that's when we'll do our critiques. Please make sure that when you upload your project that you are using the naming convention that I'm asking for. This is part of your grade. This is the delivery part. Remember, as a student, you might be working on your own projects, and so who cares what I name it? I know what I'm doing. But that's not necessarily the case inside the industry. As you get more and more involved in the industry, you're going to be sharing your documents. You're going to be beholden to whatever company that you're working for. So they're going to be asking for things named a certain way. So please start to get used to that. Involvement here, when we talk about it in our critique, make sure that you have something to say about your parallel editing, sound mixing, continuity, and story development. And then same thing about the aesthetics and craft that I'm going to be looking at are all right here. You can look at a couple examples down here that are pretty good, but I ask that you wait until after you do your cut, after you feel like it's good. I kind of don't want to have these examples here. So I'm going to say, unless you're absolutely stuck and you have no idea how to finish this project and you're ripping your hair out and you're about ready to drop and just change your major, then look at these. But if you don't have to, then please don't. So that's what this project is. Hopefully I gave you enough information to know how to be successful, and I look forward to watching your projects. Bye, Bamel.